Yes, my people. Welcome back to the channel if you're returning. And if you're new, thank you for joining me. Let me say something most people don't want to hear. You're not behind. You're just in that quiet phase. And people confuse quiet with failure. They confuse slow with stuck. They confuse invisibility with irrelevance. But the quiet, that's where you're actually being built. Everyone wants the noise, the announcements, the congratulation, the viral moment, the big breakthrough. But nobody talks about the mornings where nothing's happening. Nobody talks about posting and barely getting views. Nobody talks about rebuilding your life and nobody's clapping. Nobody talks about grinding and it feeling like it's going nowhere. But that's where most people quit. Now, let me be honest with you. I'm 3 weeks into YouTube, showing up, posting consistently. There's no explosion. There's no massive numbers. So far, it's just been that work. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because if you can't handle being unseen, then you ain't ready to be seen. When I was behind the door, there was a lot of quiet, a lot of time to think, a lot of time with no distractions. And you either grow in that space or you decay. There's no middle ground. Growth doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes growth, it looks like isolation. Enough time growth looks like silence. A lot of the time growth looks like deciding you're going to change, even though nobody sees it yet. People respect outcomes. They don't respect process. They don't see the early mornings. They don't see the discipline. They don't see you fighting old habits. They don't see you rebuilding your identity. They only see when it's finished. And you know what they call it? They call it overnight success. And there's no such thing. There's only quiet work. The quiet work is waking up when you don't feel like it. The quiet work is filming when you're tired. The quiet work is posting when them numbers are real low. The quiet work is staying disciplined when nobody's checking. That's where character is built. It's not built in no applause. It's built in that silence. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, you know. They fail because they can't handle that invisibility, the unseen part. They need validation. They need proof fast. They need reassurance. And when that doesn't come, they just assume it's not working. But the seed, the seed doesn't grow the same day you plant it. You have to water it in silence. You protect it in silence. You trust it in silence. You don't dig it up every week to check. That's what people do with their goals. They don't stay long enough in the quiet. When you're rebuilding after rock bottom, I'm going to tell you, there's no applause. Ain't nobody throwing a party because you're trying. You just quietly fix your habits. You quietly rebuild your name. Quietly build discipline. And you quietly become intentional. And one day, people will call it success, but they didn't see the quiet. And that's okay. If it feels slow right now, I'm going to tell you something. That's good. This is separation season. This is where most people drop off. This is where those excuses, they get loud. This is where doubt whispers. This is where Comparison creeps back in. And this is where you decide who you are. Not when you win, now, when it's quiet. If you can show up when nobody cares, let me tell you something. You're going to be unstoppable when they do. If you can discipline yourself without validation, you won't be controlled later. If you can work in silence, you won't need noise to survive. That's power. I'm not building for applause. I'm building for that foundation. And foundations are laid underground. Nobody sees them, but everything stands because of them. If you rush your foundation, what happens? The building begins to crack. If you respect the quiet, the building will last. So if you're in that phase right now, I want you to stay there. And I don't want you to panic. Do not abandon the process just because it's quiet. Because the quiet is shaping you. It's building your capacity. It's building your resilience. And it's building your identity. The quiet work counts. Even when nobody sees it. And to be fair, it's especially then. So stay disciplined. It's just a paper boy. And I'll see you on the next one.